Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope that you are having a beautiful and an amazing day. Today, you guys, I am doing a general collective reading. I really want to try and tap into the energies that we can expect to sort of see and experience during Cancer season. I feel like there is a lot of balance that is being restored for a lot of people. We recently had the super moon energy, that full moon in Sagittarius. So a lot of balance, peace, and harmony is for sure being restored in a lot of people's lives. But I also see that there are going to be a lot of secrets that are going to be exposed as well. Um, Cancer to me, it represents oftentimes, of course, like the subconscious, the mother, the home, so many different things. And I think that many people have buried so many things that have impacted you emotionally, energetically, and spiritually for a very long time, and those things are finally going to be coming out. This could be things related to your finances, your family, your friendships, just a lot of different hidden things that are going to be coming out. But the whole point and purpose is for you to become very free. I was shuffling before and the Ace of Swords fell out of this deck, and here's the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands here. So I definitely feel like something in this message is going to speak to a lot of people who perhaps are lacking some type of clarity, who had a difficult time with having a breakthrough in their life because there's been a lot of chaos, conflict, a lot of challenges, both internally and externally, especially when it comes to you having reciprocal relationships. You know, when I say relationships, this is with friends, family, lovers, or, you know, colleagues, business partnerships, or whatever. Again, like I said, balance being restored. Here is the Star and the Magician. So I can see already that a lot of people are tapping into that higher level of consciousness, working on your self-awareness, really working on growing and evolving and healing, so that, you know, you can actually know the type of guidance that you need to be seeking. And for some, maybe you are becoming a guide or a teacher to someone around you. You know, if you follow my channel, I just posted today about the family hexes and curses. Some of these things are perpetual. They are triggered each and every time abundance comes into your life. And it's because you are chosen. It's because you have this powerful ability to manifest, and you know, you have like these star-like qualities about yourself, and you're meant to share your story or your testimony. And so you're going through all of these tests, trials, and tribulations. Nine of Wands here being the wounded warrior, but this is all to help you learn how to make head over heart decisions, with the King of Swords here and the Nine of Pentacles, to become more methodical in your approach to different things, to understand tough love, but also how to still be vulnerable. And it's, wow, I promise, like, I shuffle these cards, and Spirit just kind of told me to start picking up cards here. But this obviously is just a pre-reading message. The Ten of Pentacles is here with the Two of Cups, and here's the Three of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. Underneath that is the Empress and the Chariot. So many of you are going to be moving forward. There's going to be tons of options, I feel, in your life, but it's all going to depend on you answering the call with the Judgment call here. Okay, the Judgment card. You have to heed this call, which is for you to finally move past a lot of different illusions, anything that is confusing, which is why this energy is coming in during Cancer season, to show you the truth about yourself and the people around you, your ancestors, your family. Like, this is very, very deep healing. So you may experience some delays, or maybe you know, you're going to start getting clarity on why certain things in your life have been delayed. But this is also a time for you to really reflect and, like I said, change your perspective, or just how you perceive certain things, because perception is usually reality. Okay, if you have distorted perceptions, then you have distorted desires. The things that you desire may not actually be in alignment with who you truly are. So a lot of this stuff is going to come out. Some of you are definitely going to be finding out information about your family and how it has affected your ability to have the type of life, the family, and the finances that you want. Friendships, or just whatever this is. Okay, some of these truths, they could be a little bit harsh or disheartening, but it's necessary. Okay, because there's a lot of really, really great things that are coming. I jumped right into that message. That message was just kind of here. But if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for all of your continued love and support. Personal readings are currently closed. If you would like to leave a tip or donation to support my channel, the information is in the description box. I also just want to say too, because there have been some people who have, sent requests to me on Cash App, but some people are sending requesting money from me on Cash App. If you are interested in supporting the channel in any way by leaving a donation, you have to send money. I don't accept any requests for money. Just putting that out there, because there's a few people who have attempted several times to request money from me, and I'm constantly denying it or declining that. Okay, what I want to do for this reading first though is to just look into the blockages first, and then we're going to see what we need to release, and then we'll just kind of move sort of like past, present, and future, and then move into what is coming in. So the first two cards that just fell out here is blame and doubt, and at the bottom of the deck is gratitude. So there's something here that, I feel that for some of you, you have been accepting the blame for something that perhaps is not really your burden to carry. Okay, and you're needing to release the need to know and to understand everything about a particular situation. I feel that oftentimes in the collective, some people, when you are searching for answers or clarity, truth, or whatever it is, instead of always looking for a person to blame, or instead of overcompensating and taking the blame, becoming that martyr in different situations, what you should actually do is, of course, pray and meditate and try to have more self-awareness and discernment and wisdom to see that certain things is really just not your burden. Also, there are certain things that have happened in your life, and the truth is that, yeah, it is harsh, it's disheartening, it is, it's bad. That's the truth. Okay. Also the truth is that some people, you've done things that have been hurtful and not so great either. The average person who has been in any type of abusive situation, you yourself have been abusive to someone as a result perhaps of being abused. The same way you may need to go to therapy about someone is probably sitting on the couch in therapy about you too. Okay, let's not get into this energy always of pointing the finger and saying that it's everyone else and it's never us. That will get you nowhere far. So accepting responsibility for your own well-being and understanding when not to accept blame for things that are hindering you is very key at this time. Again, releasing the need to know all the answers here. I feel like sometimes we become very doubtful about life experiences, people, and situations because you always want to know the answers to certain situations. Sometimes, and I say this often on my channel, especially being a reader, you don't have to always know all of the details of a situation for you to understand that you need to let it go, or that you need to take a risk to perhaps pursue something. A lot of people get so caught up on wanting to know all of the details that you're not actually using your own intuition and discernment. You have to go within so that you don't go without. Okay? Getting a lot of details and trying to understand the answers to every single question, if it's not allowing you to move forward, then what good is it doing besides making you mentally exhausted? So just know that, your intentions and your goals should be to have peace, freedom, harmony, and abundance in your life. And sometimes, closing out a situation or a cycle is what brings clarity. I think oftentimes people think that they need to have clarity in order to make peace with the situation and to close it out. And it's actually quite backwards. Close it out and you'll get the clarity that you need. You'll see whether you were right or wrong. You'll see the intentions of a person when you finally have the strength and the courage to close out things that you know are not good for your own well-being. And then gratitude being at the bottom of the deck here. So this is saying to me that you need to be thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Coming out of the victim mentality, understanding that, yes, certain things have happened to you as well as the people that you love. There's been blockages, there's been delays. Your destiny is still there. It is still there for you to claim it as your own. However, you need to be thankful for the things that have happened and just as thankful for the things that have not happened. once you understand that you are exactly where you need to be, it becomes easier for you to clear your path to get to exactly where it is that you want to go or where you need to go. Say what you mean here. This may be a time to really work on your sacral chakra. Oh my God, I don't know why I just said sacral chakra. So maybe sacral chakra is important to someone. I really meant throat chakra. And it's interesting because I did see the sexual arts card before. Alchemy is here. Okay. I feel like in the background for many of you, you've had certain people that have said things to you and or about you. Okay, pay attention to the signs here. I definitely feel like many people are receiving a lot of help, like your past on loved ones, your ancestors, your guides, or whatever you believe in. These energies are for sure trying to connect with you. With the alchemy card here, this definitely reminds me of that temperance like energy of you really being the magician, you being an alchemist in your life. Sort of learning how to even shapeshift in a way. Whenever I think about alchemy, I think about shapeshifting. This is you learning how to sort of immerse yourself into certain situations and understanding how to adjust your energy, how to block certain things out, and how to allow things in. I just saw 11:11 on the clock. Pay attention to the signs though. Again, for some of you, there's for sure like some type of guide that is most likely trying to connect with you or has connected with you. And at this point, what you're needing to do is continue to try to raise your vibration to connect even more with your higher self or with the past on loved ones, the guides and the ancestors that are coming in trying to assist you at this time. You are for sure receiving help from above. Okay, with your healing. Okay, many of you, maybe you've been in a state where you felt a lot of just melancholy or depression. You feel like you're stuck, you're stagnant because things don't seem to be moving as quickly for you. Some of you though, it's like you're needing to get out of some type of cycle here where you've been dealing with a lot of rejection. This could have started in the home for some of you, or it's just a seed just in your family of dealing with a lot of rejection where you haven't really had someone to affirm you, and so maybe you've been seeking validation. For some of you, you've been working very hard to not appear as someone who has been rejected. So you could and I mentioned this in a previous reading, you could be trying very hard to either recreate the home that you had, or you're trying very hard to not recreate the home that you had because there was rejection. But this could actually be putting you in a mindset where you now are creating very unhealthy patterns and cycles for yourself, because again, you're looking for someone to blame, or you're taking the blame for something that has happened in your past, in your family, friend circle, job, or whatever, instead of being grateful for what has happened and seeing and understanding that there is still so much more for you. Okay, there's things that are taking place most likely in your life, in the home, in different relationships that has now led to you really doubting yourself. This puts you on this perpetual cycle though of attracting people who will actually reject you, abandon you, hurt you, make you feel as though you are going to be in harm's way or whatever, because what's at the root of it is this victim consciousness mentality. This woe it's me, I always get the short end of the stick, I'm never going to get out of this situation, I've been fighting this battle for so long, what do I do, how can I do it? Stop overthinking it. What you can first do is admit that there's a problem, and then accept the fact that there is a problem. Accept your part in the situation. Accept that there are certain situations that have absolutely nothing to do with you, and then practice a bit of gratitude. Some people are going to have to go through a real ego death and release the pride, because the pride, the ego, the victim consciousness is causing a lot of procrastination, especially when it comes to love. Some of you also are in this mentality, like almost like a sellout mentality. And you could be around other people like this where you're willing to stay in toxic situations or environments, whether that's a job or relationship, a partnership or whatever, because it creates some type of security or stability for you. But this security and stability, for many of you, it can actually be an illusion. My ears are ringing really, really bad to the point that I can't hear myself talking right now. With sellout here, yeah, it's like there's these toxic environments or situations that have you entrapped. And this goes back to the values, your family, your tribe, the people that you surrounded yourself with. Like I said, I see it all the time. People in their late 20s and 30s who, especially people who are trying to blend families or start families, is everyone wants to do something different from what their parents did. But many people need to look and realize that your parents trying to either do what their parents did or trying to so hard to go against the grain is the reason why everyone is pointing blame at everyone right now. And there's so much doubt and fear here and this victim consciousness, and it's prohibiting everyone from actually healing and growing and being able to evolve. There's a lack of courage here because so many people are honestly paralyzed by fear. And when you can't find someone to blame, then you become doubtful because you wonder if it's you that is to blame. It doesn't matter. The goal right now should be to just constantly move forward. You cannot look back. You really have to embrace this new journey. Surrender your fears around change. And I just saw surrender people pleasing. This is a really bad habit to have. Like I said, even taking on the blame. A lot of people will convince you to blame yourself for things that they've done. This is a lot of mental and emotional manipulation here. A lot of gaslighting. And it stops a lot of people from being true to themselves, from being able to speak their needs, to be authentic. Again, working on their throat chakra. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And focus on your happiness instead of trying to make everyone else happy. Don't worry about if people are going to dislike you if it means that you're being true and authentic with self first. By doing that, you'll have an opportunity to surrender to your intuition. Once you can surrender more to your intuition and you can listen to your inner voice, you will have those downloads. You'll have the epiphanies. And once the third eye really starts to open and your intuition is strengthened and sharpened, it automatically combats a lot of the different attacks that are coming your way because your subconscious mind understands how to process them. The reading that I just posted about some people, experiencing some type of family hex or curse. And this is not only family, but sometimes the relationships that you have with lovers and friends, it is due to some type of karmic tie that started in your family. Okay. But everyone in the comments I noticed was saying, well, what do I do? What do I do? Like I said, first, admit that there's a problem. And also admit your role in the situation, which is perhaps you were a people pleaser or in some type of victim consciousness. But once you start surrendering to your intuition, it's like your intuition is there when your heart and your mind are in sync. If your heart and your mind are saying two different things, then your intuition will kick in and it'll tell you either you need to go with your heart, your mind, or maybe you just need to stand still. But many times now, what I've noticed, especially here in the tarot community, you don't listen to the inner voice, which is your intuition. You don't even trust that. So if you don't trust your heart, your mind, or your intuition, then that's the reason why so many people are just walking aimlessly. And then you blame everything and everyone else. Well, I can't seem to get to my destiny. Okay, you're going to have to return to self. Don't focus so much on returning to the sender. Return home to yourself, so that you can hear yourself. Surrender the idea that you can fix other people. Prioritize healing yourself. Surrender to play. It's time to stop overthinking things, okay? If you're going to set a goal, you still have to take time out to enjoy yourself. Take time out to practice gratitude, even if you have not reached a certain goal. Be grateful for where you are. Get out in nature. Take a break. Spend time with yourself. Some of you need to replenish yourself. This card still came out surrender the idea that you can fix someone, and surrender defensiveness with surrender to your soul's path. So again, this is, some people become very defensive when they can't actually fix a person. Some of you have a person that's in your life who is extremely defensive, because as you are going on your own journey and following your own soul's path, people are upset that they cannot actually stop you, block you, and they most likely are trying to blame you for things because you are now trusting your own intuition. You're going to have to ignore that. And you're going to have to stop thinking that you can force people to go with you on your journey. Stop trying to force these people to conform to who you are as you grow and elevate. If they don't want to meet you where you are, then leave them where they are. Be grateful for the time that you had with them, but start having gratitude for the people and the new energy that's coming into your life. That's the only way you can truly be on your soul's path. And the truth is, a lot of people constantly allow people to try and fix them, and then you try to fix those other people who are not supposed to be in your life due to self-esteem issues or control. You have to surrender your attachment to results. Holding on to a certain desired outcome can sabotage something. This is in life and love. If you have to follow the path of the least resistance. If you're trying to force a person to accept you, force a person to, be with you, love you, or whatever, it may not be meant to be. The timing is wrong. It's something about the situation that's not actually in alignment with what the divine has for you. So leave it alone. Some of you now are about to figure out and learn exactly why many things just have not worked out for you. And it's easy for people to say, oh, well, rejection is protection. But if you don't truly believe that, then you still will constantly miss your blessing because you're still looking for more answers. Surrender your need to know all of the answers. Know what it is and know what it's not. That should be enough. So, a lot of these cards came out earlier. We kind of already got a message from the tarot. I'm going to get a deck out here to kind of clarify. This is just some messages on what you're needing to sort of work on removing more, the shadow work and the healing that we all need to do. I want to look here at some lifestyle changes, though. There are good things that are coming in. Let's pull from this deck here. Some of you, it's time for you to move, whether this is moving from your current job, your current home, your city, your state, moving your body around. Maybe you need to consider Reiki to try and move around some of that blocked energy that you are dealing with right now. Windfall, this card did not move from the bottom of the deck. So I feel like as you heal from a lot of these situations, it's going to unlock a windfall of abundance, as well as a lot of just happiness and joy in your life. You're going to become more motivated. So some of you right now, you're needing to do some grief work, okay? There are certain situations in your life that perhaps you are still grieving about. And this could be things from childhood or whenever. There is no time on it. Some of you, there's, like I always talk about, inherited pain or ancestral trauma. You're grieving things that honestly is a result of something that perhaps your mother or grandmother or someone else in your family was grieving over years ago. A lot of people, quite frankly, was in a very hostile womb of a woman who was grieving. You've been born into this life, into your reality, where you're lacking motivation because of all of the grief that was surrounding you. To grieve certain situations and to be in constant mourning for some people has become their norm. Some people have things that you haven't processed when it comes to an actual loss of a person. Okay? So there is trauma here that a lot of people are dealing with. It is extremely painful to get over any type of loss. So, this is something that you have to do, though, in order to become more motivated in your personal life. Because with motivation being here, this is for sure saying that, for one, going back to, like I said before, moving energy around. Some of you with the motivation card here, I feel like there just needs to be a clean slate here, especially with this Ace of Swords coming out here. So some of you, you need to exercise. You need to get in nature. Maybe you need to do a detox. But you're going to really have to speak up. Some of you, even replacing some of the tarot readings with actual motivational speakers. People in my comments keep saying, well, what do I need to do to break these curses? You guys do know that there are several therapists that are here on YouTube providing free content about how to get over generational curses and trauma or abuse of any sort. Instead of watching so many readings about love and other things that for some of you, honestly, you're not quite ready for, because you still need to work on grief, start watching therapists. You can watch therapists. You can watch motivational speakers. There's a lot of free information and content here that is available for you. But again, it goes back to that card of blame. If you're looking for a person to blame or blaming yourself, you're not actually looking for the solution. The throat chakra has to be activated again as well. Some of you, you really are going to have to speak up about what your needs and desires are. You're needing to also work on changing your routine. Find something that you are interested in and eliminate the things that you know you're not interested in, as well as the people that you know you're not interested in. Body changes is here. Some of you definitely may be feeling like right now you want to take care of things at home and your overall just temple. A lot of emphasis right now on like the body and energy, as the Windfall card came out again. Join in religion and spirituality. So it may be time for a lot of you for sure to take your spiritual hygiene to the next level. To be honestly, I feel like it's going to allow a major breakthrough to happen for you. Some of you may be leaving, a time in your life where you've been more religious and you're becoming a bit more spiritual, or even if you're very spiritual and you left religion, you could be deciding that you want to do certain practices religiously. Whatever it is though, there's something here though about your overall like daily habits and your routines that you're needing to change. I'm definitely seeing a lot here about you guys joining different groups where you are either motivating other people or you're trying to be motivated by some people. Some of you may need to even join a group that focuses on overcoming some type of grief, especially if you suffer from some type of major loss or tragedy. This may be something that you need to join in for yourself. Okay, this is a time for you to perhaps explore doing some things that may make you a little bit uncomfortable and put you in situations where you are forced to be more vulnerable than what you are used to doing. Okay, and you're gonna have to be bold enough to take the first step. So I'm gonna clarify some of these things here. The Ace of Swords is out here with the Five of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you there has been a lot of jealousy, a lot of tension around you having reciprocity. Some of you could have been in a situation where due to this competition, this chaos or conflict or whatever, it has put you in a position where perhaps you don't have enough, or some of you actually have people around you who are quite frankly a little bit jealous because you have more than enough. It's definitely Nine of Pentacles coming out. So for some of you, it's like you are very self-sufficient, or you could have been very self-sufficient, and there's been people around you who've been, of course, attacking you spiritually as well as here physically, because they do not want you to actually receive rewards for the things that you've actually worked so hard for. Okay, a lot of you, like, you are for sure destined to have a lot of financial independence, or to just be very stable and secure. Some of you, this could even be with for sure something dealing with spirituality here, because the High Priestess is here with the Queen of Cups. There's someone who is extremely very mature, very mysterious, extremely intuitive or creative. So some of you, you have some type of creative business or endeavor that you currently have or that you would like to pursue. Okay, you hold some type of secret wisdom or knowledge. You may need to learn how to keep more things to yourself, because there definitely could be people around you who are trying to cause blockages in your life. Some of you who especially have different businesses, if you are some type of creator of some sort, whether it's in spirituality or business or whatever it is, make sure that you understand that when you are hardworking, you don't need to allow yourself to get to a point of being like experiencing burnout. You also need to understand that being a visionary, being a creator, being someone who, for many of you, you may even be an overachiever. Don't be the martyr. Some of you need to get out of the habit of trying to, again, please everyone and help everyone. When things don't go right for other people, you tend to blame it on yourself. You're going to have to get out of doing that and start actually following your own heart, so that you're able to actually embrace a lot of the opportunities that are being presented to you for your higher self. This is what's going to actually lead to more of the financial independence, more of the rewards and the recognition. I feel like a lot of you feel like you're cheated out of a lot of things. And it's because when you get in these energies around people or in these situations where there's the conflict, the chaos, or even people competing with you, because sometimes perhaps you are someone who has more than enough to give, with the Hermit card being here. Honestly, for some of you, instead of you dealing with certain situations and using your mouth to say what you mean and mean what you say, maybe you're the type of person that you tend to just withdraw, or you go into solitude, but these situations are still left unattended. It's time with this new energy coming in, Cancer season. It's time to actually address the things that are behind the veil. It's time to address the things that are hidden. The Magician card is here. With the Magician and the Hermit card being out there, for some of you, it's like you're needing to perhaps go within, or if you've been going within for a very long time, maybe you've been on a journey, you've been soul searching or healing in hermit mode, it's time for you to come out and really step into your power so that you can manifest. Some of you, though, again, you need to be mindful. To be honest with you, it's not so much the strangers in your life that you need to worry about. For some of you, it's the people that are very close to you that you need to worry about. The Five of Cups just came out, as I said, that there's people around you who you fear letting those people down, or they feel let down because you going into a period in your life with all of these nines being out here where you're wrapping up cycles. You moving away from situation, it has other people in grief and regret. They feel guilty about the things that they've done to you. They also feel guilty about the things that they perhaps have done or not done in life, because they're not able to go where you're going. And many of you, like a sponge, you are absorbing all of this energy, especially if you're an empath, and it's creating these blockages in your life where you're not actually able to manifest what it is that is truly for you. The Two of Cups. So for some of you, as you really work on answering the call, stepping into your own life purpose, understanding what your divine mission truly is, really forgiving the past, this Emperor energy, this is all about you being very practical, you stepping into that authority, working on your foundation, having more structure in your life, and mastering self. This is going to allow you to go towards the partnership that is actually for you. Whether this is someone in your life or coming into your life, or this is business, friendship, whatever it is. This is also going into union with yourself. But with the Judgment card being here and the Hangman and the Seven of Cups, for some of you, you have a lot of different options, and it may be very difficult right now for you to decide who you should deal with or in which direction you should go. I feel like you will know who you should deal with, because that person, the Ace of Cups, just came out. It's someone who will offer you not just love, but it's like a foundation. Some of you need to make sure that when it comes to these partnerships, the Ace of Cups with the Two of Cups, this is a lot of emotional fulfillment. But let's face it, like, to have that type of emotional fulfillment means that you have to feel very secure and stable. And that means that there has to be transparency and vulnerability. Again, following the path of the least resistance. If there's a situation being presented to you right now where there's a lot of delays and confusion, it may be time to ask yourself, is this something that you want to pursue? Or is this something that, if you are honest with yourself, Four of Cups, it causes you to feel bored, discontent, and it's a missed opportunity. There's something that is hidden in your blind spot for many of you about someone in your life that you are emotionally or romantically connected to, there's been all of these delays for a reason. Okay, here's the Star and the Ten of Cups. I'm not going to pull these cards because they didn't come out. But behind all of this is Two of Cups offer that is destined to come into your life. Or, for some of you, this is you reconciling with someone. It is for sure destined because the Star is here and the Ten of Cups. It allows you to go towards having that healing, having your hope and your faith restored again. Many of you right now, because you're stepping into this awareness about yourself and it's allowing you to be very creative, you should go towards the type of energy that creates a space for you to be creative. So if there is something that's taking you away from your higher self, for some of you, that's taking you away from God, depending on what you believe in, that's probably not for you. Anything that is pulling you away from your path is probably not for you. Now, I said earlier, and it's interesting because I've even everyone has their own take on like twin flames and soulmates. But as I look more now into these energies that have been coming up about like some of these generational curses and the hexes and all of this other stuff, a lot of people at a period before their actual awakening, you've been dealing with someone in your life and under the impression that that's your twin. And it's not for me to say that that person is or is not your twin. But some people you've connected with them and they are tied to a karmic cord that you have to something perhaps in your family. There are generational curses that keep you bound to people. It's an energy that if another person shares that same energy, they will attach to you. And because there is so much running, the runner chaser dynamic, a lot of people tend to think, oh, well, that's my twin. A lot of people who want a Two of Cups type of energy, Ace of Cups, where there is love, there is abundance. You and someone, you both inspire one another. You create a safe space. You don't have to have trauma triggered over and over. Some of these situations that people are calling twin flame situations, to constantly be triggered, to constantly be rejected, when over time, over a decade, you're still not learning a lesson that perhaps you need to have more self-awareness, more self-love, more dignity and pride just for yourself alone. I don't really know exactly what you want to call that individual, but it doesn't seem to be like a life partner because it's very clear that many of these situations, they're never actual partnerships. To me, I feel like a twin flame, a divine counterpart, is someone who should be able to come into your life, especially once you've done the healing work and you're growing and evolving and changing. Yeah, they may trigger you, but they should be triggering you to heal so that you are evolving and there is progression. Okay? I think a lot of people need to see the difference. These twin flame or the karmic soulmate or whatever you want to call it, if it's been nothing but a lot of suffering and pain, this is what society has taught many people, is that to learn self-love, you must struggle. You must go through all of this pain and suffering, and that's not true. You don't have to go through years of the same cycle being repeated for you to learn a lesson. You can meet somebody and in 30 days, if they trigger something in you, if you have enough insight and awareness, you should know, hey, I probably don't need to keep moving forward with this because this path has too much resistance and I'm very hesitant about it. So be careful of how you perceive certain situations. Justice card here, again, something here related to karma. There's cause and effect. If someone keeps triggering your rejection or abandonment wound, whether that's a family member, a friend, a hidden enemy, a lover, or whomever, there's gonna be effects here. And the effect is it's causing you to go into hermit mode. It's causing you to have grief, regret, a sense of loss, and to isolate yourself and not be able to actually progress. You need to be going for things in your life right now that are going to bring about fairness, that will be just, that won't leave you out in the cold. This is the karmic justice that is trying to enter your life, but again, you have to accept it. Your karmic justice here is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a brand new, stable beginning. It's new financial opportunities. It could be a new business. It could be you tapping into a gift, which could be the gift of manifestation that will bring about more stability and security in your life. This is what's going to actually change your life and the life of your family or whomever is close to you, if that's a part of your mission. The Six of Cups is here. So the Six of Cups again is, sometimes it speaks of the past, but it could speak of childhood. This could speak of a reconciliation. A reconciliation could be with someone in this lifetime or another lifetime. But many of you, you have someone from the past or a past life that is returning that you do have an open soul contract with, because the Lovers is here. And then the King of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, very heavy earth energy here. So this is something that is being presented to you that is very, very grounded. It's extremely stable, but it has taken a very long time. This is something that cannot manifest in your life until the foundation for this Ace of Pentacles offer to be built on is solid. This is something that it's moving slow. Okay, it's practical. This is why now for some of you, you need to work on your routines. Are you disciplined? Are you being consistent? Because for you to, it's one thing to receive good news in any like matter or situation in your life, but are you prepared for it? Some things, you know, are you prepared to be a husband, a wife, a mother, a stepmother, father, or whatever? Are you prepared to be a business owner? You cannot be stuck in trying to be perfect, but there are things that many of you can do right now if you change up your focus to make sure that you are more grounded to allow this stability. You need to be a vibrational match for stability and security. For some of you, for wealth. This requires that you are patient, that you are wise, that you have a healed heart and a sane mind. That is what is required for you to actually attract a partnership here. Two of Cups out here, Six of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ace of Pentacles. Many of you, you're looking for a true life partner. You're needing to take some time out to rest and retreat and to heal from all of the things in your life that were not true. The King of Cups is here, the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and the Star. Behind that, though, is a Three of Swords. So for some of you, you have a few different people that will enter your life, especially over the course of maybe the next 6 months. Someone could be coming back from the past, and you could also be meeting new people. But the way that you're going to truly meet your person is for you to become the Emperor. That doesn't matter if you're male or female. The Emperor is someone, like I said, who has mastered themselves. That is someone who has good work-life balance. That's the type of person, they're structured, they're disciplined, they have the will to move forward. This is a leader. You cannot attract that type of energy if you're not in that type of energy. If you're stuck in the Five of Cups, then how exactly do you think you will manifest the Ten of Cups? The Five of Cups, if you're in a dark place and you're blind because you are still grieving over situations that no longer serve you, you cannot expect to go out and meet an emperor or an empress who is actually happy with their lives, who has good fortune, success, a happy family, and they've created security and stability. Some people, whether this is you or someone entering your life, if you're not a vibrational match, it's usually going to result in the Three of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. It's usually going to result in a situation where there's two people investing in something and there is no return on the investment. Yeah, the Nine of Swords and the Devil. Nine of Swords and the Devil. The toxicity, the drama, the issues, the obstacles, the addiction, the dealing with the different people in your life who are obsessed with your energy. The lovers who are infatuated with you but still cheating. The unhealthy attachment styles. Like all of these things are coming out, but it's not, these are things that many people already know about their situation. But maybe there has been a lack of courage to finally get out of these situations because of the mental entrapment and the illusions here. The Eight of, number 8, the Strength card here, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and then here's the Eight of Wands. So again, a major breakthrough here, especially with abundance. These eights have been coming out in the last few readings, but there's a burden that first has to be dropped here. And whatever you're working towards, it's like you're going to have to keep working very hard to achieve this. It's like you have to make that final push. When it comes to a connection, for some of you, you are going to end up in a connection with someone, and it's going to require that you have a lot of patience and compassion, because many of you, you will eventually either reconnect or be paired with someone who is very different from you. This card in this particular deck, I absolutely love this card because there is a lion here with this woman on here. This woman, she looks extremely feminine. She has on a silk dress. She's on a beast, a lion. But if you look at this lion here, this lion will protect this person at all costs. But if you were to honestly think about the two worlds that they both come from, a lion and a human, they do not speak the same language. A woman cannot roar and a lion cannot speak. However, they're able to communicate. This is synergy that is being created between two people, two energies. So some of you, you will be paired with someone who is very, very different. It's a highly spiritual connection. The High Priestess is here with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Wow. The Death card here. Some of you, someone could be returning, and it could be a rebirth, or there's just a transformation perhaps in how you see situations. But for some of you, it is time for you to follow your heart. There could be some type of proposal that's coming into your that's going to happen. Someone could be hiding the fact that they want to propose to you. Some of you, definitely, it could be a situation of it being love at first sight, or a situation that takes off very quickly if this is a new person. Because many of you, you've already done the work. So with this Strength card, it's like for many of you, especially if you're the feminine, you yourself, you've already crossed the burning sands to get to this energy of being feminine. Many women who are very feminine, they've had to most likely be very masculine at some point. And if this lion here, who is extremely masculine, very majestic, very powerful, is still very feminine in being able to still submit to this feminine energy. There's a need to have a balance in feminine and masculine energy. There's a rebirth here. There's a renewal that's taking place in your life, but there's something here that you're holding on to. This feeling of being betrayed or stabbed in the back, or a fear of being at rock bottom. Some of you, there's been financial hardships or a lot of juggling, just a lot going on, and right now you're needing to try and be more flexible in your life to allow something new to come in. There's for sure like a missing piece to your puzzle that you're about to receive. This could be about a person. This could be about a job. It could be about your own mindset. Like I said, I think some people tend to miss out on the information that they need to move forward because you're always looking outside of yourself. Even with the situations that are taking place in your life with other people. Look at the card that came out, anger. Have you taken time to actually pay attention to the things that you're angry about, the things that, you know, have happened where you felt like you were wronged? Those arguments and disagreements, that pent up anger that you have, that is causing you to have those clashes of ego with people around you. Some of them people, of course, they shouldn't be in your life anyway. But if you don't deal with these hidden truths or the pent up anger or emotions, you will present yourself as someone who is angry with a person who does not actually deserve that. And of course, you guys, the energy, it can always be reversed. This could be someone doing this to you. Some of you need to for sure work on expressing to certain people in your life that maybe you feel like they are being emotionally immature. Maybe they're being very childish in how they are handling situations. This could be a situation with someone that you even have children with. And you could feel very much, you know, disappointed at the fact that perhaps this family dynamic, it hasn't been what you wanted it to be. Some of you could have a real problem with things that happened in your own childhood, how your parents, how they decided to raise you, or the fact that you had an absent parent. Whatever the case is, these are all things that actually need some attention at this point. Okay? If you're interested in starting a family, this is a time for divine intervention. You're going to have to see that you're actually very blessed and fortunate to have gone through certain things that will make the average person very sad, very angry, left out in the cold, and you still have an opportunity to be a parent and to give to your children what perhaps you didn't have, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. Okay, you have potential here in online. So some of you have a lot of potential when it comes to, of course, starting like online businesses. Okay, maybe it's time for you even to, for some of you, you may need to start a blog or a vlogging channel. Some people say, how can I release this? Talk, journal. A lot of people on Instagram and TikTok, they're sharing their journey on YouTube. This could lead to a business for some of you. Some of you, maybe you're destined to be high priestess or priests or healers, spiritual leaders and teachers. Even if that's not the case, though, many of you have potential for growth, especially in different businesses. This comes as a result of you tapping into your creativity. You have to come out of isolation. No, you can't allow the past to keep you in this mental anguish. So Cancer season, like I said, is bringing a major breakthrough that's going to really allow people, I feel, to deal with home, with family, with being a mother to yourself, with reparenting yourself, friendships. Maybe you need to spend more quality time with your friends, or you need to assess and evaluate which of your your friendships are no longer serving you, because the alien card came out. So you could be feeling very alienated right now. Some of you are just outgrowing a lot of friendships. You have new experiences in your life. Some of you need to be more open to dealing with people of different backgrounds and immersing yourself into different types of groups of people. Friendships could be changing at this point because energetically and spiritually you're changing. And that's okay. That's truly okay. King of Wands. So a lot of you are definitely meant to be leaders, and it's time for you to come out of hiding. The Ace of Wands and the King of Wands came out, and then you have here everything is fine. So whatever you're holding on to that has been some type of betrayal, or you felt stabbed in the back or whatever, you cannot allow this to cause you to be burnt out, because with the King of Wands being out here, whether you're male or female, there's a very a passionate new beginning here that you need to go towards quickly. This can no longer be delayed here. Everything is fine. It's like the universe is saying everything honestly is in alignment for you. And then here we have the Ace of Cups and the Four of Wands. So what did I say before? Cancer season is going to allow you to fix your home, your foundation, your security and stability. You're going to have things to celebrate. For some of you, this is new love. You will meet the person or reconnect with the person sometime, in this season, or it could be later, whenever. This is a timeless reading, but you will eventually really be with that person that you are meant to do life with. But you're gonna have to go now and take the lead about doing things that you're passionate about. Some of you need to be more passionate about healing. Let go of the hurt, the pain, and the suffering. Are you actually as passionate about truly healing as you are about being angry? And if this is the energy of someone around you, understand you have to surrender the need of the idea that you can fix that person. You cannot keep holding on to people who are feeling very much mentally exhausted and entrapped in their own mind, but yet they're pretending that everything is fine. Get the fake, phony people out of your life. These people are frauds. And if you are lying to yourself, you need to make adjustments. Because the Knight of Swords is here. The Knight of Swords, the Death, and then the Temperance with the Hermit and the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands. So that's everything. The Knight of Swords is saying that you need to be very intentional right now about going towards anything that you know it needs to end, because here there's going to be an ending of a cycle that's going to lead to a transformation so that you can have a rebirth and renewal in your life. So that, again, what did I say? Balance, harmony. But this does require patience. This is going to require introspection. For some of you, you've already done a lot of the introspection and the soul searching, but now you need to actually apply whatever it is that you have learned for you to move forward so that you can drop the burdens. Again, taking in all of the information and having clarity and insight, but not actually integrating any of it into your life is not actually going to benefit you. But it just looks like many of you're diving deep into this period of rebirth, and this could be someone coming towards you that is being forced right now to really, really do the work to heal. Like I said, I feel like with the supermoon, a lot has happened, but now you're about to really start seeing the balance. See, like with that Sagittarius full moon that we recently had, that supermoon, I feel like that was just cracking the surface of a lot, but there's a lot that has been happening behind the scenes, but it's about to really come to the forefront. And there are certain situations that it's going to be like, fight or flight. It's going to either make you or break you. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Some of you are going to, oh wow, 333. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Three of Cups. And here's the Six of Cups. So again, revisiting things from the past. Some of you, you may have to actually work with someone from the past. Three of Cups here. There are certain situations from the past, certain friendships, groups. You're going to have to finally see that, like, you don't have to blame that person, and you don't have to accept any type of blame for the fact that something just did not work out. It's a serendipitous situation. Except that everything happens for a reason. You still have Two Cups here. So although you lost certain things, some of you, I'll have to be honest, you're letting go of some type of tribe, a friendship, a group of friends, even family members. And by doing that, you're finally going to be able to go towards the business partnerships and the romantic relationships and partnerships that are actually destined for you. Some of you, honestly, the company that you keep is the reason why it has been so hard for you to move forward. Because here you are trying to live a set apart life, and you are surrounded by other people who are dealing with heartbreak and pain, and they offer you no real advice or assistance on actually how to heal. And so you all are staying in this perpetual cycle. These are people that you work with and collaborate with. So again, like I said, even in some of these relationships, especially where there's been a lot of third party type of activity, if there is no progression here, then it may be time, honestly, for you to see there's something here, it didn't work out, but all is not lost, because you can actually let this energy go and gain the energy that should be here. But this requires that you trust your intuition and that you tap into the hidden knowledge, wisdom, the truth and the clarity that you know you already possess, that will allow you to actually step into the unknown and embrace the new beginning. It's time for a lot of you to try to be more of a free spirit. Be more spontaneous. Stop waiting on things to come into fruition that are just not happening. If it's meant to be, it'll be. It'll somehow come back to you. Just like some of this information, you don't have to keep searching for all of the secrets. It will come to you. And even if you don't get the answer, you still can get the closure, so that you can actually have happiness. 10 of Cups. Wow. And here's the World card. 10 of Cups and the World. It's time to graduate. It's time to complete the cycle. It's time to leave it all behind. And it's time for a lot of people you're going to have to pull your own skeletons out of the closet. I feel like this moon for a lot of people, because it's so focused on you and your new beginning, and so many people are not going with you. You have to stop trying to look for what skeletons are in other people's closet and address the ones that are in your closet. because it's the skeletons in your closet that you feel a certain way about, some type of guilt, shame, or the need to be the martyr or whatever that keeps you connected to other people who may have similar skeletons as yours. It's like God is finally saying, if I've forgiven you, I need you to forgive yourself and move away from this. It's time for you to move out of the house that has the hidden closet with all the skeletons in it. Where you made a home was always just a house. It was just a house for you to store the closet with the skeletons. It's time for you now to actually have a home, to have something where there is structure, there is stability. It's solid. Many of you, your life has been built on a foundation that was never ever sturdy. There was always crack. Anything built on a lie is sure to fall and fail. Now that you are learning the truth about things, it's time to start over. It's time for a lot of people, you got to stop patching on these shacks that you want so badly to call a home. It's a faulty foundation. Leave it where it is and move forward. And many of us, myself included, we all have a faulty foundation that we eventually have to actually rebuild because of parents, friends, lovers, things of the past. Us, when living our lives at some point where we did not have a certain level of awareness or whatever. You made decisions and you did things. You created a life that now perhaps you have outgrown. You have wisdom now, and you have a more clear understanding about where you're going. So don't be afraid to start over. But to start over, you're going to still have to look at where that crack is in the foundation. It's time for you to set your sights higher. There's like an unforeseen windfall of abundance that's trying to come to you. But you're going to have to increase your standards. Don't settle. See that a lot of things are just not for you. But you're still going to have to be able to pretty much stay optimistic and remain very positive. And even these harsh truths. Look what came out. Clean it up. It's time to clean it up. It's time now for you to do something by the book. With the Magician card and the heart, this is saying manifest things now from a place of your higher self, your values. What are your core beliefs now? Not the ones that were taught to you and you were conditioned from another person who perhaps was wounded and in a dark place. What are your beliefs now? Now that you've gained wisdom, now that you're sharing wisdom, now that you've learned different things and you have the tools and the resources, now that you're being given the opportunity to start over, how do you want to build this new foundation? But you're going to have to bulldoze the old one first and then clean it up. And right now, many of you, you're at a fork in the road because you're still trying to figure out, do you actually want to leave it all behind? This is where a lot of you get to, and for some of you, again, like the previous reading that I just did, with these hexes, jinxes, and curses or whatever, these strongholds in your life, every single time you start to clean something up, many of you clean it up and then you still decide to stay and keep patching on the same thing. These unfinished symphonies. Some of you, there's a symphony and it's very much over and complete. You feeling as though it's unfinished, or another person saying it's unfinished, is an illusion for some people. Telling yourself that something here is not over is keeping you at this fork in the road energy. You're needing to clean that up and see that everything happens for a reason. So all these cards just feel we have new life, thinker. You need to start really thinking, visualizing, and trying to manifest the new life that you want. But you have yin out here. Yin is a feminine energy. This is saying being open to surrendering so that you can actually receive. What do you need to receive? Happiness. Many of you, you know, there's a deep knowing that happiness, joy, peace, contentment, it's a part of your birthright. It's destined for you. You're going towards Treasure Island. God, the universe, is trying to co-create with you, but you first are going to have to mend your own broken heart. Don't focus so much on trying to mend the broken heart of another person. I have to say, even people like on the twin flame journey, that's about you learning about yourself, because most people feel as though they're dealing with a twin flame and you're not. Thinking that struggling and having heartbreak after heartbreak and disappointment after disappointment to actually teach you that you need to have self-worth and value, that's not love. That's an illusion. Go towards something where there's going to be more commitment, structure, stability, something that can actually go the distance. A lot of people in certain situations, whether this is in family, friends, lovers, many people have lost their identity. Many people have gotten so caught up in trying to love their friends, family, and partners that they have forgotten that they were deserving of love themselves. This is all conditioning. When I think about the moon, which for me, you know, the moon and Cancer energy, this is what's in the subconscious mind. It's your thought patterns, your beliefs. That's where the majority of the focus and attention should be. Some people have actually like fears around intimacy, true intimacy, because to truly be intimate with somebody, you have to take the mask off. You know, if you guys even think about serious relationships, because a lot of people, you know, here are single or you're waiting on a counterpart. When you really start making space for a person to enter your life, you do realize how you open up yourself and your space, even your home, to that person. Do you know how triggering it is for some people when they start dating, that time where you may have to leave your house and you leave someone you're dating at home, not knowing if they are going to go through your mail or through one of your drawers and what they may find? This is the reason why you need to clean up house now. So that when people come into your life, you're not afraid of what they find about you or your life. Whether it be good, bad, evil, or ugly. You can stand 10 toes down on who you are, what you represent, what you've been through, and you know where you're going. Some people, they want all of this unconditional love, but you're actually still very afraid for your skeletons to come out of your own closet. And as a distraction, you focus on the skeletons in that other person's closet. But what if somebody comes in your house and they open up your closet? Are you ready for that? People want to get married and start families. Are you ready for people to know the truth about your dysfunctional family? Are you really ready for a person to get to know you on such a level that they know about your trauma? That's the reason why a lot of counterpart connections have not come together. Because one or both people are going through spiritual warfare, but nobody is actually willing to say like that they've truly been through hell in their own personal life. Everybody just talks about what has happened around them. The external conflict. Well, what about the internal conflict? So a lot of people have been married for years, and one person or both people have experienced some type of traumatic event in their life that they've never told their person about. Those are the skeletons in the people's closets that cause these faulty foundations. And at any moment, their home can crumble and fall. The car that came out is emptied. And then here we have repair. And then circles, misalignment, and confusion. Lantern, consciousness is light. This card here that says empty, it says the ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. Look at that. This makes me again mention like womb healing. Some people, you need to empty yourself of all of your feelings of despair. It's okay if you have to go through a dark night of the soul. It's certain things in life that are going to force you to confront certain situations. And you're going to have to actually get to a point where, like I said, you are vulnerable enough to really, really go into depth and detail about what has caused so much despair in your life. To free yourself. This could mean going to therapy. This could mean you deciding to wake up every day and write for 20 minutes. You can turn on your camera on your phone and talk to the camera as if you were talking to a therapist yourself. But you're going to eventually have to admit that you did something 10 years ago that you still regret, that you hope nobody ever finds out about. Or that you cannot believe that when you raise your kids that you're going to have to tell them about the relationship or the lack thereof of a relationship with people in your family or friendships. These things are going to eventually have to be discussed so that you can handle them the right way. So you have to let go of everything that is false, that's over and done with, that causes stagnancy in your life or whatever, so that you can actually grow and expand. This is a time for you to really try to repair yourself. Some of you may feel like this is a time for you to even try to repair certain relationships. And you're going to have to see that some situations, when it comes to making amends, it's not meant for you to always make amends with people. There are some relationships that some of you have, and they've been extremely challenging and painful. When things are truly, when a person's intentions are pure, then you can make amends. Some of you are going to have to stop trying to make amends with people who never had good intentions for you. That's the problem. That's the reason why a lot of these reconciliations don't work, because you still are not recognizing the fact that whoever it is you're trying to reconcile with, whether it be a friend, family member, or lover, they never had pure or good intentions for you. That's why it cannot be repaired. Once you start to really love and respect yourself, though, you will stop having such conflict with yourself about trying to, like I said, people please. And then circles is here. It's time to stop going around and around in circles. This whole idea of these unfinished symphonies, some of this stuff, it is finished. You yourself just have decided to keep certain cycles open. And when you're not conscious and aware of certain emotions or behaviors that you have, they become detrimental to you because you're unable to grow. So if you do nothing different, then nothing different will happen. You have to let go of the conditioning. Recognize where there is misalignment with the people that are around you as well as within yourself. It's like, again, I just keep, like I said, the skeletons in the closet. There's things that you're holding on to, a false sense of self or your reality that has connected you to people and situations that were never meant for you. And it's time now to make the very difficult choice to just let go of things, to really get in alignment. But really aligning yourself with what you know you're a vibrational match for, there can be no space anymore for confusion. You have to make a choice. You cannot stay neutral. You have to be very clear about what you want. It says growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. You're going to have to find the light within yourself to guide you through whatever this darkness is. Because here we have lantern, which says consciousness is light. Your consciousness and awareness at this point in your life, it is your light. This is all about you, though. It's not so much you having so much, understanding and clarity about what other people have done to you in the dark. It's understanding what you have hid from yourself as a result of what has been done to you in the dark. Really checking your own perspective. Aligning yourself. Releasing judgment. Asking yourself, again, with gratitude, what were you meant to learn in that situation? Why did you go through that obstacle? Because the spiritual warfare is not going to stop. Every single battle just prepares you to go towards another battle or to teach a new soldier how to go through a battle. It doesn't stop. The people that say, I'm divine and I'm chosen. Okay, well, spiritual warfare, none of that stuff is going to stop. If you break one generational curse, it's another generational curse that you may have to break. You may be called to break a curse off of another person. So you're going to constantly go through battles, but the consciousness is your light. Understanding why you're going through it is what matters. That's the only way to break these things. I'm going to pull some spirit animal cards. Haven't used this deck. Just a lot here about acceptance and alignment. Accepting certain things, healing certain things. That's the missing piece. And it's something about this season for many of you before you go into perhaps this Lionsgate portal or Leo season, which is always a season of a lot of like masculine energy. It's a very powerful time. You need to clean house now. Nightingale spirit, love is all around. And what did I just say? Leo season. Look at this. The lion spirit. Be generous of spirit. Wow. Parrot spirit. Watch your words. Yeah. Frog spirit. Clear out the clutter. A frog leaps. Clear out the clutter so that it's easier for you to be a free spirit and to leap into the unknown. And then here you have the butterfly spirit, which says transformation is beautiful. And the badger spirit, be fearless and bold. Swan spirit, it's time for a deep dive. This is a very radical change. The crow spirit, co-create with spirit and be peace. It's time out for all the rah. You can stop doing all of the investigation work. The magic is already within you. You don't, like I said, you don't have to go seeking all of these answers and clarity. You can deal with the secrets that are already within you. Once you deal with the emotions of the things that's already within you and around you, you will unlock a lot of the hidden knowledge and information that you need to deal with everything outside of you. So since we have a new moon, let's just pull from there's going to be a new moon soon, the Moonology deck, and I'm going to close out the reading. Hope this is resonating. Let's see. See what the moonology is talking about. It's time to practice a lot of emotional intelligence. You know, you think about like cancers, the crab can easily, snap at you, and it's very much unwarranted. Conclusions are within reach. Some of you may have people around you also that will be emotionally purging and having these breakthroughs. So be mindful, be gentle with yourself and people around you, because a lot of people right now emotionally, they're going to crack up. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Your commitment is being tested, and don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Wow, look at this. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, and don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. A lot is going to be happening between now and Leo season, but you cannot allow your past, whatever is attached to your South Node, that old timeline, that old way of thinking, to hold you back. The scales are being balanced, and it is a win-win outcome, but that's if you choose to do the work. The energies shift all the time, and the divine can come in to try and co-create with us, but if you don't do the work, then you cannot really expect a major change. Full moon in Pisces, forgive, and full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. Some of this stuff you're just gonna have to release it. Just let it go. Person doesn't talk to you anymore. Like I said, they stole your money or whatever. You just gonna have to let it go and trust that there is something far greater for you. Push through any insecurity. Wow, first quarter moon in Cancer, perfect. First quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. Breathe through the tension. Full moon in Scorpio. So Scorpionic energy, of course, is a lot of death and transformation. Transformation is uncomfortable. Breathe through the tension. I was talking earlier too about energy work. Maybe some of you want to start thinking about even doing yoga or something like that, but you really need to try to move your body and move this energy around, because honestly, everything that you're going to go through spiritually, your body is really going to feel it. All of the heartache, the pain, the insecurity, the doubts, the fears, all of that built up tension and anger is about to really, really come out. Like, some of you are about to start receiving a lot of powerful downloads too, because many people have been, religiously doing even work on you, manipulation, illusions, and moon magic and all. You're about to see the truth of what some of this stuff is and who's been doing it, and it's going to be very, very hurtful, but very enlightening. And with that enlightenment, you should become more empowered. There's 2 cards out here of Gemini. So, this is wrapping up Gemini season. Think it through and embrace the flow of life. I feel like there's going to be a lot of tension. Okay? Don't do anything that will set you back. Okay? New moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. So yeah. In order for you to be prepared to be a leader or to connect with other leaders, it's imperative right now that, like I said, you eliminate anything that you've been following that has not actually been allowing you to tap into your own consciousness, that has kept you in this state of fear, in this darkness, because it has caused a lot of misalignment in your life. So yeah, your destiny can be changed, but let's face it, there's been a lot of blocks and delays due to the confusion, going around and around in circles, not understanding who or what to repair. I think that for many of you, though, you're about to get the answer. If you're really confused about what you need to repair or whatever, you're about to get the answer so that you can finally get the personal direction that you need to come out of this confusion. I feel like Spirit is about to give you a lot of help so that you can figure out whatever the missing piece is to be more intentional about moving forward. A lot of you, the truth is, you honestly, you just don't know what you need to clean up in order to have a new life, and you're stuck at a crossroads. Some, you so badly want to know what are the secrets instead of just having wisdom. Some of you, honestly, you're finally going to get that heartbreak that you want so bad. It's almost like I'm Spirit is showing me and saying, like, sometimes in order for people to move on, you're gonna have to be hurt, because it's like, to go about this process allowing you to have the free will to walk away from certain things, to really release it. Some of you've been struggling with that, and these cycles have stayed open to the point that now it's almost like there's an abrupt change that has to happen. The really dark, nasty secrets are going to have to come out so that you will stop trying to go back to things that you really need to let go. I can tell you right now, for some of you, you're about to get your heart completely shattered. But that's the only way that Spirit at this point is going to be able to fix your vision. It's the breakthrough, because trying to handle this gently is not working for a lot of people. And if this isn't you, it's certain people in your life who are just not getting the message about you, and they are about to be very shocked to experience this very, very rude awakening. That's what I'm really getting here. Just wrapping it up, there's about to be made like a rude awakening. A reckoning is about to happen. Like, things are about to be torn up and destroyed so that you can never think about. All the skeletons are coming out, the secrets, legal situations, the things that have been done in the dark. Like I said, there's been people doing moon magic and rituals religiously to try to confuse people and block their path and try to steal their destiny, which is something impossible to do. But all of that stuff is about to come out. And when you find out the truth about it, it's like some certain situations, like, you will burn those bridges, like, once and for all. But sometimes you get the absolute best light from a burning bridge. And sometimes your heart has to be completely shattered to fix your vision. And I feel that that's what's happening now, to have universal alignment and karmic justice be served to people who have been waiting on it and working so hard for it. Everybody's in the hot seat. Me, you, our enemies, whomever, everybody is going to have to face some type of judgment and face the truth about something that they have hidden. It's the only way to have the breakthrough. So I would say prepare. I mean, it's not something you can prepare for, but don't be shocked when it happens. Don't be shocked. It's necessary at this point. So, let's use my new favorite cards. One more shuffle. Look, the blame game. It's time to take ownership of the life you are creating. Be mindful of your inner dialogue. In order for things around you to change, you must first change your own inner dialogue. Be careful of what you're thinking and what you're saying. Everything starts in the mind. Share your gifts came out. Get ready to see movement when you choose to share your gifts. So like I said, for some of you, you need to start speaking up and speaking out. You need to find some type of creative way for you to release a lot of your heartache, pain, and your anger. Maybe you need to write a book. Maybe you need to create a course. Maybe you need to start a YouTube channel. Create a personal blog on Instagram. Something. Okay? If you don't want to share with other people, share with yourself. Do a video diary of you talking about things that have hurt you. Play it back. Assess and evaluate how you were thinking and feeling. Something here is a part of a divine plan. It says your soul has a master blueprint of your life path that it holds within it. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. Your life path has been written. But again, your free will, depending on the choices that you make, there can be delays and blockages. If you know you've been blocked, it's time for you to figure out the source of the misalignment. To tap back into your higher self, you need to review your contract. Guiding light, exactly. In your darkest hour, you will find the light that will shine through you and lead the way. Empty yourself of darkness. Ask God to shine light on the things within you that are dark. Ask God to put His love in the places that are empty. The blame game still came out again. So again, it's time to take ownership of the life that you are creating. And you have a starry night. It says the beaming and glistening light from the stars reminds you that there is hope for your future. And then you have here wishing on a star. Yeah, it's time for you to rise above. You're about to finally receive a lot of clarity on a lot of situations in your life so that you can see it from a higher perspective. And once all of this energy, once all these skeletons come out of the closet, you're going to finally be able to dream again. And you're going to be able to finally like tap back into that power that you have to truly manifest the relationships, the business, or whatever opportunities that you want. But it starts with clarity. And here we have onward and upward. Let go of the past so you can be present and create the future that you desire. So be lighthearted. It's a clearing coming, a cutting and a clearing that's going to allow your inner child out to play so that you can focus on being creative. You can focus on creating a home. You can focus on your own temple, your body, your home life, your family life, reparenting, remothering yourself, how you are as a father or a mother with your own children, how you treat your own parents. If there are situations that you need to rekindle or move away from. But it's time to no longer just be the martyr, but to actually tap into your own inner power. To experience your own power and don't be afraid of it. This is all about you finally becoming very mature. Seeing that you're a visionary, you're an intuitive, you're a creator, you're artistic. It's okay for you to be adventurous and courageous, to take a leap of faith, be a little bit more spontaneous. What it's going to do is it's going to allow you to have a windfall. And I just look down here, 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot. You're moving into a lot of success and abundance, and the 8 of Pentacles is here, which is saying that you work very hard to master certain things in your life. It's time now for you to finally have progress, victory, success, to overcome a lot of these obstacles. But there is a tower that's going to hit, that's going to force you now to make a decision with the 2 of Wands. And what is the decision? To go towards being the Empress or the Emperor that you are. You're fertile with a lot of gifts, ideas. This is all about growth, creation, and being able to actually reap the rewards of things, to get your inheritance, your spiritual inheritance, which is going to allow you to have abundance in all areas of your life. But you have to make a decision. And some of you that have many options on the table and you can't figure out which way to go, you can expect a tower that's going to force you on the right path. It's like God will give you so much time to make a decision, and if you don't make it and you're running behind on getting to where your life has been designed for you to go, you have to sort of be knocked off of the path that you're on. It's a course correction here. All right, so I hope that this gave you a little bit of clarity and insight. Like I said, you guys, you can expect a lot of secrets, a lot of things to be uncovered, a lot of very deep, raw emotions to be coming out during this time. So there could be a lot of friction in communication. Some people, that you enjoy or that, you're seeing frequently, there could be some ghosting. People are going to be going within. Cancer energy is, going into that shell. There could be some people who have kind of gone into their shell and they may just pop out all of a sudden. So be prepared for that. Like I said, give yourself grace and mercy as well as people around you, because everyone is going through very similar things right now. So just be prepared for this breaking and this cracking, because it is going to happen. Okay. Crab legs. You crack like a crab leg during Cancer season. All right. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, you guys, I love you all very much. Always go within so that you never go without. And I will be back with another reading. Please be sure to let me know how this resonated in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you are interested in leaving a tip or donation to support the channel. Their information can be found in the description box. I love and appreciate you all very much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.